Welcome everybody. After some slight technical difficulties with the lobby today, looks like I'll be flying solo, at least for the first part of qualifying. Hopefully Duffy's can get back in here, but welcome. It is a Thursday night, which means that it is the TTM North American tier. It's their time to shine. We are here in Belgium, the Circuit de Spa, and it is raining for quali. This should be interesting. Get some stuff going here. We already got cars out on track. Lord Gamer is out lap. We got Sergel. Heat wave in the Haas. They're all going out, trying to get this done early before a lot of the spinning starts, I'm sure, because this is a tough track as it is, at least in Sector 2 for the technical part of it. It'll be definitely be a challenge in the wet. They are on inters. And Lord Gamer wanting to get out front real quick. He has been dominant in qualifying. He has gotten pole position in every race except for one. So, Lord Gamer, definitely the man to beat in the qualifying session. We'll see what kind of pace he has in the wet. And here we go, getting ready to start his first timed lap. Let's see what he's got. Oh, a little bit of spin coming out of that last corner onto the front straight. Down into La Source, turn one, tight hairpin going into the right. Got to get a good drive out of that first turn there to get some good speed going through this. Here's Eau Rouge up the hill into the long straightaway. Flat out through that entire section there. Definitely tough to do in the wet. Hard braking into the chicane. Keeps it nice right through there. Down the hill. Real hard on the brakes coming around here. Back down the hill. Open it back up. Long sweeping left-hander here. In the dry, you can be almost flat out. 7th gear. 6th in the wet here. Nice clicking 7th coming down. Put together a good lap so far for Gamer. A little squirrely through there. Coming into the long Sector 3. Looking real good through there. All right, last two corners, and let's see how he does. Real easy to get the rear end loose coming out of that last corner. Did a good job there. Oh, it's a little bit. And we got a 154.1 provisional pole for Lord Gamer. See how Shady's doing down here. Oh. A slight spin there, looks like, from Brembo. Gets his car righted. Hopefully no damage there. Oh, and Brownito losing it through Eau Rouge. Real easy to get loose there, especially in the wet. There's going to definitely be a challenge for those guys to keep their traction through there. It's tough enough to do in the dry. Going flat out through there, so definitely a challenge to do here in the wet conditions. So he's going to have to abort that lap and start over again next time around. Let's see who we got. All right, Timmy for the Alpha Tower is on his out lap. All right. Brazy sitting right behind Lord Gamer, 154.7. It's a good lap there. Shady, 155.3. Dave, 155.9. Feeling a little under the weather today, but hopefully Dave gets to feeling better. He's racing anyway. He's a trooper. All right, let's see. Brownito. He's going to give this another go. Oh, and we just had somebody hit the wall. Who was that? Dave. Oh, goodness. Dave is out. Thought that was a Ferrari. Nasty crash for Dave. So unfortunate. That sauce boss going way wide. A lot of people struggling for grip out there. A lot of people coming back in. All right. Well, off to an interesting start. Here we got Dub Z. He's going to go out for, is he coming back in the pits? Yeah, he'll come back in the pits. I thought he was going to go for another timed lap. Here we got Dat Sergel. Last week said he struggled a little bit because he turned the traction control off, and as we all know, that is definitely a challenge to do. Asked him if he was going to keep that going this week, and he said yes, he is sticking with the traction control off. So we'll see how he does in these wet conditions. It's going to go from hard to harder. All right, down the hill, we're going to go to the left-hand sweeper. Want to stay off that curb. Any bit of inside curb there is going to send you into the wall, I'm sure. Let's come down into this long back straight here. Looking through 8th gear. Down in the final 2 corners. Just trying to get that grip coming out of that last corner. Down the front straight, let's see what he's got. 156.8 puts him in P8. Good lap there. Brembo on an out lap. Dub Z on another out lap. Brazy coming back out, had a great race last week. Let's see if he can keep that going. Both the Haas guys had a great race last week, and the points are getting closer. Constructors Championship. The Haas able to move up to 4th place with their points last week. So let's see if they can get a good run of consistency going. Doing great in the qualifying sessions, but just struggling a little bit during the race. And we'll see what they can do here at Spa. Hopefully we have some dry conditions for the race. I did not see what the race weather was going to be. Let's go on board with Adler. Who's coming up on my lap here? Dub Z. Yeah, let's go with Dub Z. He's about to start another flyer here. Alright, down the front straight. Gotta get some good grip out of that last corner. Real easy to get turned around there. Into La Source, turn 1. A bunch of speed coming up to Eau Rouge. Let's see how he negotiates this. Looking good through there. Down the long straightaway. This is going to be the best opportunity to pass. DRS will be open when it's in dry conditions. Obviously, no DRS here in the wet. 2 DRS zones. The first one through that long front straight there. Second through the start-finish line front straight. A little wide for Dubs coming out of there, but that's all right. Coming down on the final 2 corners. Let's see what he's got. Real easy to lose the rear end right there. His throttle control is going to be key coming out of that final corner onto that front straight there. And he does not better his time, but P8 for Dub Z. Let's see. His teammate for the Williams team, the Sauce Boss. Sitting P5 currently, 154.8. Brazy back out front of the lap. Let's stay on board with Brazy. Let's see how he does. Oh, look. 153.2, provisional pole. Thought he was starting, he was ending that lap. That's good. Great lap for Brazy. Showing a lot of pace in these races. Definitely one of the guys to watch. Brazy currently sitting P3 in the driver's standings. Doing a great job this year. As long as he can stay consistent in the races, he's going to be battling for that top spot. Which currently is Dave, sitting atop the driver's points right now with 83 points, just 4 points behind him. Lord Gamer, king of qualifying. We'll see what all they can do during this race. Now, I spoke to a lot of the drivers, and just about every single guy on the grid said this is one of their favorite tracks. They're confident here, they're fast here, so we will see. Already had some attrition due to the bad weather here in qualifying. Heat wave, great lap. That puts the Haas in the top 3, both cars in the top 3 provisionally. Great lap by Heat wave. Haas team looking really strong so far. Able to battle these wet conditions. Shady out for another flyer. Oh, saw somebody spinning out there, I thought. Brownito holding P10 right now. Alfa Romeo team looking real consistent. Do not see his teammate Lil Mick in here, but Brownito holding it down for the Alfa Romeo team, looking to get some valuable points. Don't want to slip too far away down in those constructor standings, so hopefully his teammate can get back on the grid soon. Let's see how the AlphaTauri guys are doing. Captain Duck unfortunately out of the session. We'll see what Tim A can do, trying to better his time of a 155.2 and P9 currently. Looks like the rain easing up just a little bit. We'll see. And we got Brembo out on softs. I was wondering if somebody was going to put the softs on with that. Oh, and don't know if that's going to be beneficial for him or not. Looks like he went straight through the grass there. I don't know if he is on a... See if he can't get a little bit of traction into those tires. Still a little wet on track. Let's see if maybe he's just putting that on to see how it feels before coming right back in the pits. I don't know if he's going to try to take another. If he can get back. I don't know. He's going to be able to cross the line anyway. And, all right. I just saw somebody else shady out. Heatwave still on enters. Gamer back out one more time, and let's see what he's on. Still on the enters. Gonna give it one more go. Through that chicane down the hill to the tight right-hander. Real hard on the brakes. Coming back out. Down the hill. Wide open. Long sweeping left-hander. Just grab the outside curb there. Run it a little bit wide. Get that good drive coming off of that. Click in 8th gear. Down to 4th. Heatwave putting in a 155.3, so Haas running 1 and 2 right now. Looking really good. There's Lord Gamer on the final 2 corners. Let's see what he's got. See if he improves his time. And he gets pole. Again, Mr. Saturday. He gets pole yet again. Great lap by Lord Gamer, a 152.7. Great lap by him. And then the Haas sitting comfortably, P2 and P3. We got Adler, Shady, Sauce Boss, Brembo, Dub Z in 8th, Tim A 9th. Brownito rounding out top 10. Then we got Dave, unfortunately had an accident, so wasn't able to improve on his original time. Dave 11th. I have no doubt he'll be able to improve on that. Dat Sergel. And here we go. Lights are coming up. And lights out, and away we go. And we have Lord Gamer down into turn 1. The two Haas side by side. Oh, and we got wrecks. We got problems. Oh. NLF1. Got wing parts everywhere. Not sure where that started. Let's go back up through the field. Lord Gamer in first place. Brazy in second. Heatwave right behind in third. Great start by Adler, fourth place. And Shady looking right to the inside, just giving him a glance. And Shady gets around Adler. He is up a spot into fourth. Trying to keep in touch with Heatwave. He does not want to let that little 3-car train get away. We got the Sauce Boss coming up into the inside of Adler. Outside, I'm sorry. We come down into sector 2. Dave in 7th. Oh, we got Captain Duck. And we have a virtual safety car. Virtual safety car. Looks like Captain Duck. I wasn't sure if he lost that on his own or if he got contact from somebody else. But we have our first virtual safety car of the night. Lord Gamer sitting in that first spot. The two Haas's, Brazy, Heatwave, second and third. And we are back green racing again. And Heatwave in the slipstream of his teammate Brazy. And we have another yellow flag. Guys coming into the pits. And Brembo coming out on softs. And try to make up some time. And our front 4 guys on softs. Adler, Sauce Boss, Dave, all on the mediums. On board with Timmy, closing in, trying to close in on Dave here. More yellow flags. Oh, we got to spin. Captain Duck again. Struggling for grip out there. Meanwhile, his teammate Timmy, 8th place, trying to close in on Dave. Stay on board with him as we come in through this final chicane, coming into the front straight. Real easy on the throttle there, not to get the back tires broke loose. Coming down the front straight, turn 1. Dave staying right there with Sauce Boss. I'm into Eau Rouge. Oh, and just has to back off a little bit. Gets a little bit of the back of Sauce Boss, doesn't have any wing damage. And makes a good pass down there on that straightaway. Oh, Timmy getting a little squirrely. Into 7th place. Sauce Boss trying to come back. Little lockup by Timmy. That's okay. That's a downhill Downhill hard braking zone. You're going to see a lot of lockups right there. Tim A and Captain Duck running no assists. So they want that authentic racing experience. And Tim A doing a great job in 7th so far. NLF1 out of the race. Heatwave trying to stay right there with his teammate Brazy. As we see Lord Gamer starting to pull away from Brazy a little bit, a 1.5 seconds interval at the top. I'll get back on board with the Sauce Boss. He is going to try to come back and get that position back from Tim A. That final chicane. Got to be easy on that throttle coming out of that last corner. Good drive coming out of there onto the front straight. DRS open into La Source. Hard braking zone, hairpin right-hander. Sauce Boss looks. Dave having some really good pace out there on those medium tires. Already up into 6th place. That's 5 spots up in the 6th place for Dave. Heatwave able to close a little bit of the gap there to Brazy. Lord Gamer still making that gap a little wider up in 1st place there. Let's go to the Sauce Boss. He is right on the back of Tim A. Oh, he gets just a look, thinks better of it. Real tricky sector 2. They come into the really fast sector 3. Some long sweeping, flat out. And Tim A defends. Let's see what Sauce Boss has coming into these final 2 corners. Does he? Oh, and he looks right to the outside. Great pass by Sauce Boss, makes it stick. DRS open. Great move by Sauce Boss. And Tim A is going to come right back. He is on the softs. Try to get a good drive out of that first. Loses the rear just a little bit. Lost some time. And we got Dat Sergel coming up on Tim A now. It's going to help him out just a little bit. Tim A just lost a little traction out of that first corner. Let's go on with Heatwave. Still sitting right behind his teammate Brazy. And Lord Gamer extending that gap to 2.5 seconds. He is all by himself, clean air, and it is his race to lose right now. Shady 8/10 off, 8/10 behind the Haas car of Heatwave. And we got a little gap, almost 5 seconds between Adler and Shady. And Dave making his way up through the field on those medium tires, coming up on Adler. Let's go with Brembo. He is making a pass on Brownito to the outside. Makes that look pretty easy on those soft tires. Brownito on the mediums. And here comes Dave again. Try to get around Adler. DRS open, front straight. Down into La Source, hard braking point, hairpin. Good traction coming out of turn 1. Down into the straightaway, coming up to Eau Rouge. Picture perfect through Eau Rouge. In the slipstream, DRS. and ERS, and it looks like he's going to make this happen coming into this first chicane. And that is paint by numbers. Good job by Dave. Good overtake. Adler's just going to try to stay with him. Heatwave trying to close that gap to his teammate, Brazy. And Shady still hanging in there, 6/10 back from the Haas cars. Gets a little wide on that one. Slight lockup from Heatwave. The top four guys on those soft tires. So we'll see. Go to our next. Adler staying right there with Dave, 4 seconds back in that slipstream. Going to try to close that gap a little bit here into this final tight chicane. Like I said, real easy to lose the rear coming out of this off camber uphill. And Captain Duck out of the session, unfortunately for the Alpha Tauri team. Oh, and here we go, Heatwave into second place. His teammate Brazy knew he had the slipstream, doesn't try to fight him. You do not want to get tangled up with your teammate. Smartly lets him go by. Big lockup from Heatwave. And the Mercedes of Shady still right there behind him. He is trying to close the gap to those Haas cars. Crazy just falling off the pace just a little. 6 laps into those soft tires. Now let's go on board with Timmy. Closing in on the Sauce Boss, 3/10 back on those soft tires. Sauce Boss on the mediums. So let's see what Timmy can do coming through this back straight in the slipstream. Overtake. Oh, and just to the outside into the final chicane. Backs off just a little, doesn't want to get that rear end loose and backs off just a little, thinks better of it, uses some patience. Great patience by Tim A, just to kind of sit back, knew that pass wasn't going to happen. There's always next lap. But we have a virtual safety car. Got Brembo coming in the pits. And Brembo coming out on some fresh mediums. Should be ready to go back green here momentarily. And Lord Gamer just making that gap bigger and bigger. 5 seconds almost. And here we go. Oh, Brazy, a drive-through penalty speeding under VSC. Oh, very unfortunate for Brazy. Gonna have that drive-through penalty. Shady up into third place. Let's see when Brazy comes in to serve that. Brownito out of the session. And into the pits we go. Heat Wave stays out. We got Gamer, Shady, Brazy, all coming in to the pits. Here we have Gamer getting the fresh mediums put on. Brazy with the softs. And Shady with the mediums. So now with those guys pitting, we have, for our top three, we got Heat Wave leading the race on soft tires. We got Dave in second on those mediums. And Adler right behind him in P3, 0.8 back from Dave. Got Shady coming up on the Renault of Dat Circle. Long sweeping left-hander. Like I said, sectors 1 and 3 of this track, really fast sectors. Sector 2 is going to be the technical part of this track. Lots of downhill, hard braking zones, chicanes. Then we come into sector 3 real fast, flat out sweepers. And Brazy makes that pass happen. Pretty easy there. And we have Heat Wave coming in for his pit stop, putting on the medium tires. So we have Lord Gamer on his fresh mediums. Adler Dave, 9-lap-old mediums. But we got Dave sitting P1 for now. Shady right there behind Heat Wave. Another lockup for Heat Wave. There's a hard braking zone coming into this section of the track. Down the hill, coming up to the long sweeping left-hander. Do not want to grab any inside curb right here. It is certain doom if you do. Sauce Boss sitting P4 for the Williams team. His teammate Dub Z in 12th. And start to see some gaps forming out here. Looking at 1 second gaps at least. Lord Gamer setting the fastest lap of the race so far. Like I said during the qualifying session, when I talked to most of these drivers, they said that they are very, very comfortable. This is a fan favorite, a driver favorite track. Everybody is comfortable here. Everybody's fast here. And as we see Lord Gamer just cutting his way through the field to get back up to that top spot. Adler and Dave on the 10-lap old mediums. Lord Gamer on the fresher tires, making up that time. And we have Heat Wave coming up on the Sauce Boss. Heat Wave on those fresher tires. Going to want to get this pass made quickly so that he doesn't lose any time to this traffic. Shady losing just a little bit of time to Heatwave. Hopefully he can gain some time while Heatwave tries to get around Sauce Boss on those older tires. And Heatwave has to back off. Going to give Shady a little bit of help. Going to come into this final chicane. Heatwave gets a good drive, so does Sauce Boss. DRS open. Shady going a little wide into the source. Got to get good traction coming out of that turn one. Through a Rouge. Heatwave. Oh, and Shady gets a little swirly through a Rouge. Do not want to get any oversteer there. DRS open. We're about to go 3 wide, it looks like. Heatwave makes the pass. Shady right behind him. And just like that, Sauce Boss loses 2 spots. Again, he is on that older tire. Heatwave and Shady on the fresher compound. Oh, and Brazy having some issues. Tim A gets by him. Brazy off track. Brazy on those fresh medium tires. Struggling for grip a little bit on those new tires. And we'll stay on board with Brazy. He is the closest to a car in front of him, so we'll stay on board with him for just a minute, see if he can take some time from Tim A. Holding down the fort for the Alpha Tauri team there in P9. Shady coming up on Squish in this Ferrari. DRS open. Down the front straight into the source. Takes a good line through there. Good traction coming out of turn 1. Into this straight. Flat out. Through a Rouge. Up the hill. DRS and ERS. And he's going to be looking to make this pass happen. And pretty easy there. Good move by Shady that puts him up into P7. And Brazy able to make that pass on Tim A. We've got Gamer coming up on the inside of Adler. Adler on those old medium tires. Well, Gamer's just going to be patient, sit back and pick his spot. Kind of line up that pass when it's ready to happen. Got to get a good drive coming off of this last corner right here into the front straight. Dave coming in to the pits, put on some softs, which puts Adler race leader. No doubt he will be coming in soon for his tire change as well. Board Gamer knows that, probably doesn't want to do anything foolish to real close going to the inside. Makes that happen, and he is back to P1. So Dave on the fresh softs going to try to make up some time with that tire compound. right, let's look at our position changes so far. We got Squish up 8 spots into 6th place. This is not giving me my interval. Adler coming in for his stop, putting on the fresh softs. All right, here we go. Interval's finally coming back here. Lots of big gaps out there. This is one of those tracks where it's such a fast track that these gaps are going to happen. A lot of times these midfield cars are going to be hoping for a safety car to try to get that back, because once you are out of range here, it's going to be hard to get back. But we'll see what kind of strategy plays in. So we got Dave and Adler on the fresh softs. Heatwave, Lord Gamer on the medium tires. Dave setting some really good pace here, even though he is feeling under the weather. Driving sick. And not a whole lot to look at here. A lot of big gaps, but we'll start to see those close up as we see the guys on the softs start to take some time from the guys on the medium tires. Shady sitting P5 right now. All right, so let's go through the field. Lord Gamer in first place, had pole, setting a blistering pace out there as usual. Heatwave in the Haas, behind him in P2. Dave, P3, Adler, P4. Shady in 5th place. Brazy making his way back up through the field in 6th on the medium tires. Tim A holding down the fort for the Alpha Tauri team, P7. Let's see, Tim A is on the mediums. Brembo on the mediums, P8. Squish on the fresh softs, P9. And rounding out the top 10 is Dat Sergel on some fresh softs. Doing a good job for the Renault team. New to the traction control assist being off, so he's doing a good job there. And Dave just trying to take a few tenths here and a few tenths there, trying to get caught back up as we start winding down here. Lap 17 of 22. We're kind of in the territory where you just don't want to bin it all by yourself, that's for sure. Trying to make up any positions or make up any time if you are far back. Lord Gamer just wants to get through every lap consistently. Try not to get any track limit penalties. Let's go to the penalties and see. So, a few penalties being handed out here. Heatwave with 3 seconds. Brazy 3. Tim A 3 seconds. Brembo 6 seconds. Sauce Boss with 12. Dubsy with 3. Dubsy coming into the pits. See what Dubsy's going to do here. Eight-lap old mediums. And he is going to come in for the softs. See if maybe he can't get a fastest lap out of this. Now, like I said, we got just these big gaps, so it's not a whole lot of action to talk about right now. We got the Ferrari team sitting P3 and P9 in the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari sits in third place, right behind Mercedes, and the Racing Point team sits atop the leaderboard in the Constructors with 95 points. So looking to get some valuable points here at the Mercedes team. Just wants to finish with some points. The Ferrari team wants to finish with some points. Don't want any cars to DNF here. Dave taking another few seconds out of heat wave there on the soft tires. Dave up 8 places. Dave setting the fastest lap on those softs in a 1:44.4. And Squish is the closest to another person, 1.1, taking a little bit of time out of Brembo there on those soft tires. Gonna try to get into DRS range. With this race winding down, lap 19 of 22. Squish is gonna try his hardest to get into DRS range to get that one position from Brembo in the Mercedes. These two constructors definitely right behind each other, or right next to each other in the constructors. So Squish coming up here on Brembo, who in the Drivers' Championship sits P4. So Brembo having a great season so far for the Mercedes team. And his teammate Shady sitting P5 right now. So the Mercedes team looking to bring home some valuable points from Spa. Heat wave on the medium tires, trying not to let Dave get caught up. Dave just really flying out there on those soft tires. We got Squish. He is going to be in under a second, so it looks like he's going to be in DRS range of Brembo. See if he can't get something done here. He's got a couple of laps left to do it. Now 7/10 back. Squish closing in on Brembo. Coming into the final chicane here. Got to get a good drive coming off of this last corner. Try not to break those back tires loose. DRS will be open. He is down to 5/10. Brembo gets a good drive coming out of turn 1 through a Rouge. Let's see Squish using that overtake, DRS open, closing that gap. Not going to be able to make it happen right here. Thinks better of it, but he is definitely closing that gap. Time. Oh, and Brembo loses the rear. Brembo loses the rear, and that allows Squish to pass him into P8. Tough break for Brembo, having a great race. Just loses it right there. Dubsy, another pit stop. Another fresh pair of softs. I guess he figures he's 45 seconds back. I'm going to go ahead and try to get fastest lap. Shady trying to get in DRS range, and he is in DRS range of Brazy. So he's going to try to get another position before this thing is over. Shady in P6 for the Mercedes team. Brembo had that spin, but still able to be in the points, holding down 10th spot. That Sergel having a great run for the Renault team in P9. Squish looking good for the Ferraris. And Time P7 for the AlphaTauri team. Brazy just trying to take some little more time from Shady there. Does not want him getting in DRS range. Try to keep that 5th place. Dave still not able to take any more time from Heatwave there. Sitting about 3.5 seconds back. Does not look like he's going to have the time unless we have a mistake from Heatwave, and doesn't look like that's going to happen. He's had a great race, very consistent. Let me see what his penalties are though. Well, we got 3-second penalty by Heatwave, so Dave going to try. So that puts Dave 0.4 behind him instead of 3.4. So we'll see if Dave can get another 4/10 back in this final lap. But here we have Lord Gamer. Got pole. Led most of the race. Looks like he's going to be coasting his way to yet another win here in Spa for the North American tier, which will put him on top of not only the Constructors leaderboard, but also the Drivers Championship leaderboard. So just a phenomenal season so far for Lord Gamer as he makes his way into this Sector 3. Dave not able to close that gap to get P2. And here we go, Lord Gamer, as he crosses the line, will win here in Spa. Heatwave in P2 coming across the line. He will get second as he bends it going across the line there. And Dave rounds out the podium, P3. Next we have Adler, P4. Brazy, 6 seconds of penalties, so it looks like Shady's going to end up at that 5th spot. Time coming up in, we'll finish this race in P7. Good race by Tim. Nice consistent race by him. Good race by Squish. P8. I believe his best finish so far. Sergel rounding out. Driver of the day looks like Dave. He made up a lot of spots after crashing out in qualifying to finish P3. So definitely a good race by Dave and feeling under the weather. So definitely a great race by him for sure. And here we see your podium. Lord Gamer at the top spot. Heatwave in second and Dave in P3. All right, let's see if we can get some people in here.
That is everything for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. For more TTM content, check out the video in the top right. And to join the TTM community, take a look at the link in the description. Until next time, see you on track.